Yo, what up? What up? What up? Chop it up, crew. We are back. Took a little break, you know, had to do some family stuff, do some working and all that other good stuff. But we are back to talk our good Bears. We had a wonderful season. And man, it's good to be back. As you got me, I'm your host, Big Lance. My boy Blueprint here with us. We'll see if anybody else joins us a little later on. But we'll get this one kicked off. We'll start this real quick. And brother, how you feeling? How you been doing? What's been up with you?
Good, man. Just tired working. Ready for the Super Bowl. You know, always sad to see another NFL season end. Um, glad the Pro Bowl is in the past. We never have to think about that.
I didn't look at 1 second of it.
You shouldn't have. But yeah, I'm good, man.
Good to hear that. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and get this started real quick.
Yeah.
I want to start off the show today by talking about or revisiting or regrading the 2025 draft because a lot of people, including myself, were not happy with what happened. And we all got Shawn Michaels in the face. Pause. We all got super kicked in the face because it turned out to be a much, much better draft than we thought. You know what? You go ahead and go first because
I didn't have as many issues with the draft. Like I was okay with it when it happened because I wanted to see how it was gonna play out. All right. I thought we was gonna get a running back a little earlier. We didn't. But I was like, well, let's see what the kid Monangai can do. So I decided to reserve my feelings on that. I was okay with the tight end pick in the first round. Right? Like it's not what I wanted, but when he did it, I was like, okay, let's see where this goes, right? Because I was like, well, we got Cole, we don't need a tight end first round, but this dude is like, he's a football player, right? He lives, eats, and breathes football. And I mean, he was good in college. We agreed that he was probably the best tight end coming out. So I was happy with the pick. I was happy that we didn't get sucked into the Tyler Warren situation. And would he have been there in the second round? Maybe. But go get your guy, man.
Who, Colston?
Yeah.
No.
There's a chance. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
No. You want to know why I say that?
I don't think he would have been there in the second round.
No.
But anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I agree with you. But in this case, he was not going to make it to the second round. The reason I say that is because, I mean, Adam Schefter basically told you that there were teams calling. They were trying to get to number 10.
I forgot about that.
And then the moment that Colston got drafted, call stopped.
Yeah.
And you found out later that the Rams wanted him bad. That dude was not making it out the first round.
I agree. I thought it was a good pick. I told you I ain't got no issues with the pick.
Yeah. Did you what was your initial grading of that draft?
I gave it I think we talked. I don't remember if we talked about it. If I gave it a grade, I want to say initially I thought it was a C plus, right?
Okay.
I wasn't willing to give it a B because I didn't think we did enough on defense and on the defensive line, which is why I thought our weakest area was. So because of that, I couldn't grade it much higher, right? If we'd have did more on the defensive line, I probably would have gave it a B. Yeah. If we would have took, and mind you, I'm happy with the Luther Burden pick too, but at the same time, that could have been a guy for the trenches too. Yep. I probably would have graded it a little higher at that time. Yeah. I would have went higher to C plus.
I agree. I was in the same spectrum, but a different realm than you were. Like, I gave it a C minus.
Okay.
I did not dislike Colston Loveland. That was the thing that I just kept trying to say. Look, I did not dislike Colston Loveland. I thought Colston Loveland was the best tight end in the draft, especially when you think about fit too.
Yes.
Right. Like if TJ shows up, he thought the other way around. Like he really liked Tyler Warren. Like,
yeah.
why did you think? And, he asked, well, why did you think Colston Loveland? I was like, when you watch Colston Loveland's tape, especially from the national championship year, it's like, no, this dude can play. And not only that, like he can block. Is he a great blocker? No, he doesn't have the size to be like a great blocker.
Right.
But blocking is a mindset. And you see that dude, like he's a dog. Like he's 100%. Literally a dog. So I liked Colston Loveland, but I also had, I got my fundamental issues with drafting tight ends in the top 10.
That's true.
Right? I always feel like you can go elsewhere than the tight end in the top 10. And we really did need defensive line help, as the season showed you.
100%.
We really did need defensive line help. So yeah, I didn't like the fact that we drafted a tight end at 10 overall. When I found out the whole Adam Schefter thing, it was like people were trying to move up. Like, yeah, I think he's going to be a really good player. And I thought that he should have went before Tyler Warren. I thought that was the right thing. Yeah. He was, especially with this offense and how some of these offenses work, like he just fits it. He just fits that style of offense better. You got a lot of teams that run that offense or variations of that offense. So my original grade, I gave it a C minus.
Okay.
Right. I was not day one. I just was not happy.
I remember.
Just wasn't happy. But it wasn't the crazy. It's just it wasn't the player, which was the crazy part.
You said that. You said it really
wasn't. And then when you roll into the second round, it's like, all right, cool. Because if I'm not mistaken, before the trades, we had 3 picks in the top 50.
Right.
And it was a deep defensive line draft. It was a deep defensive tackle draft.
Right.
Right. It's like it was what we needed. Like we could get some guys here. We can solidify this line right now. Like we sold up the offensive line in the offseason. So why not sew up the defensive line? Like it's you work the trenches, you build from the inside out. That's what everybody always says. It's what makes the most sense.
Yep.
And you get to number 2. I mean, you get to round 2 and pick 39. I'm looking at all these guys. Okay, you got this guy available, you got that guy available, and then they go Luther Burden. And it's like, wait a minute. What? Now, mind you, I did a little scouting on Luther Burden. I like Luther Burden too.
That's same.
Like I was like, oh man, this dude can play.
He definitely could have been a first round pick.
He definitely could have been a first round pick. They had questions about his attitude, I guess,
his
work ethic, all that other crap. But that stuff happens for so many players.
A lot of that is system based, man.
Yeah.
A lot of that is system and environment based.
Yeah. And there's a dude at least. Yeah, no, I get you. There's a dude that I listen to when it comes to wide receivers, and that's one Steve Smith.
Yep.
When Steve Smith is evaluating wide receivers, I listen to Steve Smith.
Right.
And he had questions about, is he running hard enough? It's like his effort, he got the little attitude issues, and his routes, it just didn't seem like he was running them as hard as he could, right?
Right.
But I want to give him this. They threw him the ball behind the line of scrimmage a lot.
They did.
Or behind the line of scrimmage. Like it's not like they threw the ball to him down the field a ton.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, come on, man, a wide receiver. You serious? You get another offensive weapon. We can't do anything, or we're gonna be so bad on defense.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't hate the player. I hate what you're doing. Doesn't make any sense.
No,
all right,
I get you.
You're like, all right, cool. We've got another second round pick.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We got another second round pick. If I'm not mistaken, it was 41.
That sounds right.
Yeah, around 41, something like that. We got another pick. Then we trade back.
That's the what?
All right.
That was the one. That trade back, that's the one that hurt.
Now I'm like, okay, a lot of these defensive linemen, and I'm like, yo, they not bad. They not bad. They just coming off the board.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? And then round 2, pick 56. We go Ozzie Trapillo.
Still not a defensive lineman.
But still not a defensive lineman. But we do know we need a left tackle.
We do know we need a left tackle.
Cool with that. We're cool with that because the left tackle the guy that I would have traded back for in the first round, the Chiefs grabbed him. He turned out to be okay. I know he did get hurt. He turned out to be okay. And wait a minute. Wait, he's what? He's a what? He's a right tackle. That's what he primarily played in college.
Yep.
You mean to tell me you're going to draft a right tackle when there was a left tackle named Ariante Ursary that was on the board?
Yep.
And you know me, I was banging the table for Ariante Ursary. Like he's played left tackle in Minnesota his entire career.
Yep.
Why would you draft a right tackle to play who's played just right tackle? That doesn't mean, like the dude can't eventually do it.
Right. But not in the second round. You don't pick a guy that's out of position when you need another guy out of position, right? Like that's a, maybe late third, fourth round situation.
I think that was my thing. I thought he was a third rounder. I'm like, he's more like a third rounder to me. So you drafted him in the second round. All right. Okay, Pose. I'm not super. I'm irritated, but I'm not super mad because you wrangled up another second round pick. All right. Here it goes. Here's the guy. This might be the running back. We might get a running back. Now, here's the guy. Here's the running back.
Yeah, I thought we was taking Scatterbo right there.
Here goes the running back. It's going to be somebody. Shamar Turner. No, I'm sorry. That was the wrong side. Shamar Turner. What the fuck? I didn't have a problem with Shamar Turner. I liked Shamar Turner's tape. He was a dude who played with his hair on fire.
Yep.
He got a giant attitude. He got a screw loose. Yep. You need defensive linemen that have screw loose.
That is true.
But I'm like, he's kind of undersized. But I thought Dennis Allen like really big guys. But he's kind of undersized. I don't know if he can handle the trenches in the league like that.
Right.
But again, he plays with his hair on fire. He's got attitude. Expect him to get you at least 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in the season. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you a couple of those because he got a screw loose. That's just the type of dude he is.
Yeah, he landed on that.
That's the type of dude he is. He did it a couple times in Texas A&M. I'm like, I like him. He got a screw loose. But I was like third rounder. But I had him as a third rounder. You grabbed him in the second.
Yep.
All right. So when are we gonna get the running back here? When are we gonna get the running back here? And then that's when the trading back happens.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's when you hear stories like, oh, they wanted Scatterbo.
Yeah.
They wanted Scatterbo bad, but they traded back a little too far. Scatterbo gets picked up early in the fourth round. And now they're like, no, as a matter of fact, I think there were 2 running backs that they wanted.
That was Scatterbo and
somebody else.
Your man from Tootin, Bashal Tootin.
Bashal Tootin. That's right. Bashal Tootin, Scatterbo on the board.
Yep.
You go back
both
a little too far.
And they went back to back, I think.
They did because we got snaked in the second round, right? In the second round. First of all, we got snaked in the first 4 rounds, really, if you think about it. Because for me jumping back, if you look at round 1, I don't know if they were going to do this for real, right? Because we don't know. We didn't know what Ben Johnson was. Maybe Ben Johnson still drafts
Colston.
Maybe he still drafts Colston. Yeah. But I thought that the left tackle out of Texas was going to be Calvin Banks. I'm like, if Calvin Banks is there at 10, I really truly believe they were going to draft him if he was there at 10. And I like Calvin Banks. Now the other, if D1 was on here, they didn't like him. After I actually started watching him, I'm like, yeah, he had a bad game against Georgia because they, kind of judging him off the Georgia game. He had a bad game against Georgia. But if you watch him, I'm like, this dude nice. Like, he can play. I think this will be the number 10 pick. Turns out he had an excellent season, by the way. As a matter of fact, he was the best tackle drafted in terms of performance out of the top 10. He was the best. Those other dudes played well. Like, I think Mimbu had a pretty decent season with the Jets. We know that Campbell had a pretty decent season with the Patriots, but the dude who performed the best was Calvin Banks. So he had a really good season.
Yeah.
So then you go into the second round, and it's like, oh, here are running backs, because that's what we thinking. We thinking defensive line. We're also thinking there's some running backs out there too.
Right.
You got your Ohio State. You got both your Ohio State boys. They right there.
Yep.
Boom. Cleveland picks up one of them off the board. All right. Okay, we still got Travion Henderson. I like Travion Henderson. I wasn't as high on him as some other guys, but I understand why they like him.
I like Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Swift, I would have been higher on Travion Henderson.
Agreed.
Right.
I think that's maybe what it was.
Right. Like if we were planning on moving off of Swift, Travion all day. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm with you. And then what's that?
The same way about Tootin, honestly.
I like Tootin, man.
Even though I think Tootin is still a more complete back. I think he'd have been fine.
Yeah, and he's a 4-3 guy too.
He's a 4-3 guy, but he's not small, like super little. So
right, yeah. Exactly. So, and I think they wanted him too because they tried to trade up. They tried to trade up for Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
Patriots get him right before you pick. Boom, he's gone. So this is another reason why I'm getting upset.
Yeah, I was about the same way.
Guys.
Once you saw the running back start falling off, I was like, all right.
We're losing guys here. And you're going to pick a wide receiver, but anyway, to keep going. So you trade back in the fourth round, right? Because you lost your other two running backs. So that's 4 running backs you missed out on that you wanted.
Yep.
All right, so where are we going to go here? And then here we go with this. Here we go with this fart. Yep. You pick Ruben Hippolyte. No idea who this dude is. Everybody's like, what? You know what? That name sent me back into the yesteryear of watching Bears drafts. It sent me back to the yesteryear. Sent me back to
the Michael Haynes days.
The Michael Haynes. You know what? It sent me back to the Shea McClellan pick.
Shea McClellan.
When they drafted Shea McClellan, it was like, who the fuck is dude? Who is dude?
I remember the Shea McClellan. But Michael Haynes always sticks out to me because they didn't have no film. And it was in the first round. And you know how they was trying to play the highlights? If I remember correctly, they didn't play Michael Haynes as highlights until about 3 picks later because they was trying to find him. I think like the pick went, they kept putting the picture up with like all the stuff, but they had no highlights. They're like, oh, we didn't know we was gonna need that today.
what are we doing? And it sent me back into that mindset. I was like, what the hell is going on? All right, whatever. Draft keeps going. You get another corner as Zay Frazier. You get Luke Newman, and then. As long as we've been waiting on a running back, there was still running backs on the board. There were still running backs on the board in the 5th, in the 6th, in the 7th. There were still running backs. And then they waited till their last pick, and it was like Kyle Monangai. And I remember going, so you, in one of the deepest running back drafts in a very, very long time, you waited until the last pick to pick a running back? Anger. Instant anger. C-. Like I wasn't going no higher than C-. C-. And I really, because I didn't hate all of the players, especially after watching them, because I watched Kyle Monangai and I was like, he'll be all right, I guess. You know, he'll be like a power back. He'll spell DeAndre Swift a little bit. Like, whatever. I like Colston, the player. I like Luther, the player. I like Mar Turner, the player. It's like, all right, I'll give you a C- because you got a couple of dudes that I'm okay with. I just wish you would have went in a different direction.
Right.
Fast forward to the end of the season. Holy shit, what a draft. Yeah. You got, any NFL team, when you go through a draft, let's say you get your, just not even with extra picks or anything, you get 7 picks, first through 7th round. Mm-hmm. How many guys are you looking to contribute? What's a good draft?
To contribute?
4
4 is a good draft because that's over half, right? But
4 is a great draft.
but that's not really what you're expecting, right? You're really expecting 2 and you're hoping for 3. Right? In top of year 1, right? Like there's some project guys that are coming up later that depending on injuries and that sort of thing, they might, get some experience and, they got, you might get some of those guys later, right?
Right.
Especially with the fact that when you look at our draft, every position that we drafted in our first 4 picks all had, and then if you go to Monangai at the end, and then you could even include Hippolyte in there, every single one of them was drafted as like reserves. They weren't drafted to start. If you look at the roster at that situation, right? So you pull in Coastal Love, you put in the first round draft pick on him, but like that, but is he gonna start over Komet? Or are they gonna use him differently? Then you go to Burden. Well, we just drafted a wide receiver last year. We know we got DJ. He's not drafted as a starter now, right? So you go later in that draft, you're like, oh, you picked the right tackle, but we drafted a right tackle. We got Darnell right? So he's not even drafted as a starter. And then you go down the line and then you keep looking at all these guys were drafted to be backups. If you just look at the draft without seeing the vision from the coaches and the GM,
fair point.
Everybody was drafted as a backup.
Fair point. That's such a fair point. If you really take a step, that's such a fair point. It makes you not like it even more. You're like, what the hell, man?
But now, mind you, I didn't think about it like right away. I wound up thinking about that later. But now, as I'm saying it out loud and thinking about it again, I'm like, nah, that draft was like a D. Like you drafted a bunch of guys to back up people. Right. But I liked Colston and Luther Burden so much. And I had high hopes for Monangai that I was like, nah, man, we're going to go ahead and give it a C+. I think it'll be all right. Because I felt like we got the best tight end, and I felt like we got one of the best wide receivers at the end of the day from a talent standpoint.
Yeah.
That I was going to have to give us a higher grade than what it actually looked like drafting a bunch of backup.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer your question, 4 is a great draft. You're hoping for you. 2 is a good draft, but you're hoping for 3.
Yes, I 100% agree. Like 2 is a good. You're like, okay, we had a pretty good draft. We got 2 contributors right now,
right?
And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that, of course, out of your first 3 rounds,
right?
But if you can get 2 contributors, a third one, 3 contributors, you're looking at a really good draft. It's like, yo, we did really good. You get 4 contributors. Mm-hmm. Technically, you had a great draft.
Yep.
You get 4 contributors out of a draft, you have a great freaking draft. So now, when you look back on things, and we'll do our regrades after this.
Yep.
And I gave up, one of the numbers already, but we'll go back through it. Round 1, pick 10, Colston Loveland, out of Michigan, 21 years old, 58 receptions, 713 yards. 6 touchdowns, 12 yards per reception, 82 targets.
And the other part of that is he wasn't even seeing targets to like week 6.
To week 6.
Yeah, because coming out we have the week 4 bye, week 5. No, I think, I want to say week 5, maybe week 6. I don't think it was week 5 that he started getting targets. I think we were still using Zacchaeus a lot more in that. Yeah, I want to say probably week 6 is when he finally started actually getting a little bit of usage.
Yeah, whatever it was after the bye. And
it was definitely after the bye.
It was after the bye. The bye was like week 5? 4 or 5?
Maybe it was 5. Maybe it was 5. We had a 5 bye. Yeah, so it was week 6. It was week 6. It was coming out of the bye week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when a lot of things changed. The running game picked up after that. A lot of things changed after that. So
they
now
still wasn't using Colston yet, though. They still wasn't using Colston just yet.
Still weren't using them. And you get towards the end of the season, and this dude, out of nowhere, he pretty much becomes your number 1 receiver.
Yeah,
he pretty much did. Like when reviewing the Rams tape, they knew who they wanted to take away.
Yeah.
We gotta stop the run, and we gotta take Colston away from them.
Yep.
Got to take them away. We gotta take 84 away. If we can take 84 away, we'll have a pretty good chance. Right? Like, didn't see him becoming the number one wide receiver. The number one receiver, I tell you that much. So
JSN got offensive player.
Did he? Okay. JSN offensive player of the year. Wow. Nice. I mean, well, he did have a really good year.
He did.
Can't be mad about that. Can't be mad about that at all.
I thought CMC was going to get it, though. But since they gave him comeback, they wasn't going to let him have two.
Yeah, they're not going to get them both. And comeback makes sense for him.
It does.
It makes sense for him. So, yeah, not bad. So I look at that again, and you look at Colston Loveland, that's an instant A grade.
Yeah.
That's an instant A grade. So you got one contributor. That's one.
They put the Hall of Fame selections out too.
I think Roger Craig made it, didn't he?
Yeah, finally.
Finally, that's what I said. Finally.
Yeah.
Who else?
Breeze, Fitz, Adam Vinatieri, and Kuechly.
Can't be mad at that list.
I didn't know Kuechly was gonna get in so quick.
I mean,
it's just the length of the career, not the player.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Kuechly's one of the best to do it, but just the length of the career, I didn't think he was gonna get in so quickly.
Yeah. You want to talk about a brainchild, boy?
Yeah, definitely deserving of it though.
Yes,
but yeah, I was surprised he got in so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. That is kind of fast, but
yeah.
I would have liked to see who. I mean, I didn't pay attention to it this year for some reason, but I would like to see who else was up.
There was a bunch of guys up. There was a couple of offensive linemen up that I'm surprised didn't get it.
All right.
But we can talk about that next week.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Back to it. So, round 2, pick 39. We've already talked about it. 22 years old. Out of Missouri, Luther Burden. I mean, now, Luther Burden. Here's another guy with, I had this. There you go. 47 receptions, 652 yards, 2 touchdowns, 13 yards a reception on 60 targets. A dog. Not just a good wide receiver. This dude turned out to be an absolute dog.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole giving 25 from the Packers, the whole Darth Vader joint on your first down celebration, that's dog mentality. The way he runs with the football, had a couple of drops, but all our receivers was dropping passes for some reason.
Yeah.
But goodness gracious, look back on it. How can I give that with A minus? I can't go with B.
Yeah, it's not a B.
It's not a B. Like, it's got to be an A. I can't even give it an A minus. Like, that's an A.
Gotta be A.
That's an A. That's another hit. Okay, so you agree with that one. Round 2, second round pick. Pick number 56 out of Boston College, 24 years old, Ozzie Trapillo. Now, Ozzie Trapillo came a long way.
Yeah.
In a short time.
Really short time.
A long way in a short time. You talking about a dude where during training camp, they're like, oh, gosh, he can't really move like that. He doesn't look good. We got to move him back to right tackle. We don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you get Braxton Jones that goes down. You had I'm forgetting the left tackle's name, but you had Theo Benedette step up.
Benedette, yeah.
Really good against the run. You needs help against the pass.
He needs help in pass protection.
He goes down. Okay, we got to play the rookie.
Yep.
And might I say he played really? Does he have his warts? Yeah, he played really well.
He did.
Played really well. He had He had 6 starts and appeared in 14 games. He played really well down the stretch.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we had the freak injury, which was a huge injury. Torn patella tendon is huge. We're looking at now, if I'm not mistaken, the tackle from Ohio State last year, he came back in 6 months, but he got hurt towards the beginning, early in the season.
I just wanted to take their time with it, man.
Take your time. We're talking about an eighth month to a year injury.
How long did it take Kyle Long when because he tore his? Didn't he tear his patella tendon?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Maybe he didn't.
Figure that one out. Got to figure that one out.
Maybe he didn't. I don't remember what Long. Long had an injury to. Actually, no. Kyle Long was his pec.
Right. Okay.
Kyle Long had the pec injury. It was not his patella tendon.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take that one back. Kyle Long had the pec injury.
Yeah. So, I mean, he can come back from it. But like you said, it's just going to take time. Don't rush it because we rushed a couple of guys this year, and it turned out to bite us in the. It turned out to bite us in the butt pretty good.
Yeah, we did.
We played this in the butt pretty good.
Yep.
We rushed 2 guys back.
We did it at corner, and we did it at wide receiver.
We did it corner and wide receiver.
Yep.
It bit us in the butt. So unfortunate, but what a great pick. A really good pick. Now that I look at it, I can honestly look at Ozzie and say that's a strong B from what I saw. What do you think about that?
I would give it a B to a B plus.
Okay.
I would agree.
Okay. Yeah, really strong. I mean, a dude that really looked like he couldn't play left tackle, barely looked like he could play right tackle in training camp. His feet weren't looking good. Next thing you know, and we'll talk about this a little later. That's a homage to the coaching staff, man. Dan Rochard, what are you doing out there? We've been needing this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So then that's your third contributor. He's a starter at the end of the season. You missed him in that playoff game. Yep. You really missed him in that playoff.
We really did.
Not because Joe Tooney played really well, but
he did.
For that tandem to not be there.
Yeah.
That it hurt us a little bit.
Yeah, it affected how you could run the ball because Joe Tooney doesn't get out on that left side the same way that Trapio would have when you're running the ball to the left side of that line. So it definitely because you needed Tooney at guard at that time, and we just didn't have it. So it definitely affected the effectiveness of the run game.
You did, and to be honest, I'm not going to sit up here and act like Jordan McFadden didn't play well because Jordan McFadden played.
Sure, he did.
He did.
Yeah,
he had a few mess ups here and there. But,
it's just that you have people who are starters for a reason.
Yeah,
right, and that's it, right? Like you make adjustments, and McFadden played his ass off.
He did.
You just needed those other guys. They had already proven what they were able to do in those games leading up to getting us into the playoffs and how effective the running game was. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go to the third pick of the second round. Pick number 62, 23 years old out of Texas A&M. One Shamar Turner.
Yeah.
I got to give this one an incomplete because he blows his ACL. It was not looking that good for him to start the season off. He was getting, and mind you, he got hurt during training camp. So he missed a lot of time during training camp.
Yep.
So now he finally starts playing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his first game was against Dallas.
That was week 2, 3.
Yeah. It might have been the Dallas game.
I thought we played Dallas second.
Did we play Dallas second? We did play Dallas second. Maybe it was after that.
It had to be after the Dallas game. I think he played because he played week 3, but he was hurt before the bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But whatever, like when he got in there, like I kind of suspected,
he struggled.
Interior defensive lineman is not where he plays at in the league. He's not big enough. They were destroying him.
Yep.
He was 5'6", like he was literally sitting at linebacker depth.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Like it didn't look good.
Yep.
Then a little later on, they moved him out to edge and he starts playing a little better.
Yep.
Right? He sets the edge a little better. Because we were struggling at end at the time.
Yep.
We really needed him because we didn't have Booker hadn't came back yet.
Right.
And unfortunately, he blows his ACL, so we didn't really get to see what he could be. I mean, of course, we got time and all that other good stuff, but again, this is an incomplete, but it wasn't going in a good direction. So definitely if I had to give it a grade before the incomplete, that's because he started getting a little better, maybe a D plus, if that makes any sense. D plus, C minus.
I was gonna say D.
D. So you go okay. So D plus for me, D for you. It was around there. Then the freaking pick, round 4, pick 132, 24 years old out of Maryland. Ruben Hippolyte. Appeared in 7 games. Of course, he played a lot more special teams, but actually got some reps. 7 games, 1 start, 6 total tackles. And by the way, 6 total tackles for Shamar Turner, too. I forgot to say that.
Okay.
6 total tackles for Ruben Hippolyte, 3 solos, 3 assisted, nothing else. Runs into I don't know how to describe Darnell Washington from Pittsburgh. I don't, what is he, the T2? Is he the T1?
He is, if T is for Titan.
T can absolutely be for Titan. Absolutely be for Titan. Yes. He ran into the Titanic boat, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Yeah.
And that man literally put that dude out. He didn't put him out in terms of an injury for the season, but he never played another snap.
That was it.
On the field, outside of special teams. That was it. After that play.
Yeah.
But
come on, have a seat. Right. Come on over here.
It was a horrible pick at the time.
Yeah.
And if I can say one thing, man, I love being wrong for the right reasons when it comes to draft. Yeah. Or when it comes to decisions that my team, my beloved Bears, make. I love being wrong the right way. Like I really do.
Yeah.
I was right. I was so right the wrong way with this dude. That's the only that I could not find tape on him. So I'm not one of those people that have access to a bunch of tape. I wish I did, but I have to find all 22 where I can find it throughout the draft process, throughout the offseason. You got whoever puts it up, I try to find it. So the only way I found it, I was watching all 22 of Kyle Monangai, and they just so happened to play Maryland.
There you go.
So I got to see him play, and I was like, why? Like, why? I watched Kyle Monangai run through him for a touchdown, by the way. I watched that. He ran right through him. The other thing that was kind of weird was Maryland rotated their linebackers. So he's not like he played every snap or anything. They rotated their linebackers. There was nothing special that I saw from that dude. And again, you don't have to be special. You're in the league, so your athletic prowess.
It's the 4th round.
It's the 4th round, but come on, man.
It's a project pick. There was something about him that they were like,
he ran 40? A 4.3.
There you go. I was gonna say, what was the 40? I don't remember what his 40 was, but the 4.3 is gonna get you drafted. We're gonna see what you can do.
He got Darius Hayward Bay to this team. That's what it
was. 4.3. That's still good for special teams. I know you don't like drafting special teamers in the 4th round. Mm-hmm. I know you don't, But it's another phase of the game that you have to win at. And speed matters on special teams. It does.
I get it.
It's another phase of the game you got to win. You got to win the special team. And if he turns out to be what's your man Slater, that goes to the freaking Pro Bowl every year for special teams.
Then okay, I guess. Okay, I guess.
That Slater was invaluable for special teams for the Patriots for years. Right? Yeah. So if that's what he is, he could be that. I don't know. I'm not hyping it up. I'm just saying it's possible. If that's what it winds up being, I'm cool with it.
The book isn't closed on him, right?
It's not.
It's not closed on him.
It's not.
I didn't like the pick, and it didn't turn out well. So
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Again, you know me. I don't really like judging players until their third year in the league.
I hear you.
It takes time. But whatever. Ruben Hippolyte. I hope he wears a Bears uniform. I hope everything turns around for him. I hope it does. For our sake.
What's your grade on him?
F.
I'm gonna give him a D minus because he was still playing on special teams.
F.
Okay, go ahead.
Like he wasn't even near our best special teams player. So F. Would you run the 4-3-4? Whatever. All right. Round 5, pick 169. Cornerback Zy Frazier. I know he was a little bit older. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was around 24, 25.
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't write down his age. I don't know why. Of course, this one is incomplete out of Texas, San Antonio. Just never was there.
Yeah.
Training camp, season, never was there. They never really let out what happened. Based on some of the things that you heard, at one point we were thinking maybe it was something off the field.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like some legal stuff. Try not to get too deep into that because they don't tell us. Why am I trying to guess what's going on? Like I don't see no reason to doing that. But it may be, I'm thinking maybe he was sick or something like that. Maybe something was going on with him physically. Yeah. Right. And if that's the case, or if it's anything off the field or anything mental, we hope everything is okay with him. Hope he can come back strong, better than ever, because he's the guy that Al Harris. That was Al Harris's guy.
He was.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna trust Al Harris. If Al Harris wanted him, that means the dude can play.
I'm with it.
And he plays this year. He might be our 26. 26 maybe never even hits the field.
That's the truth.
The dude is there.
Yep, that's true.
So, incomplete on that. Hope everything is okay with him. Round 6, pick number 195. 23 years old out of Michigan State. One guard, Luke Newman.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Newman appeared in 4 games, and the 4 games that he did play in, I actually like Luke Newman. After watching his tape after we drafted him, I'm like, oh, I like Luke.
Yeah.
Can play center, can play guard, kind of your swing guy, swing guard. I like Luke Newman. He played really solid when he did get in. I don't think we missed a beat for real with him.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I'm interested in seeing how his development works out, right? Like he could be, maybe he's an eventual, replacement for Joe Tooney one day. Like people say Jonah Jackson, is Joe Tooney the one you got to worry about? Like,
yeah, that's true.
What hasn't he accomplished in the league? He's just doing this because he's Joe Tooney. I just want to keep being great because why not?
Game at this point, he 33 this year?
33 years old,
yeah,
and won Protector of the Year if I'm not mistaken. He just won an award tonight.
Yeah.
So, hopefully Luke can develop into that.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford got the MVP.
Did he? Okay, I thought so. Matt deserved it. He deserved the MVP.
Facts.
So, round 7, pick 233, one Kyle Monangai, 23 years old, out of Rutgers. So, with Kyle, let's go ahead and pull these numbers up with him. 783 rushing yards on 169 carries, 5 touchdowns, averaged 4.6 yards a carry. Had 30 targets, 18 receptions, 164 yards, with a long of 39 yards in terms of running. We just get this out the way for a 7th round pick. You got to give that an A. It's a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
You got to give that an A, at least for me. I don't know what you got.
Yeah, I think coming in overall throughout the entirety of the season, I think you got to give it that. And I'll give him an A simply based on the fact that he ran for 200 yards the only game that he started.
He did. He did.
Right?
Oh, boy, he killed Cincinnati. Yes, he did.
And I get it. It's Cincinnati.
It
right?
is Cincinnati.
I get it. Like, they had a rough defense this year. But not everybody ran for 200 yards against Cincinnati either, right? So you got to give him some credit for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to give him an A based off of that.
Based off of that A. So that's 4 big time contributors. That's 3 A's for me and a B. That turned out a C- draft, Lance. A C- draft turned out to be an A draft. For me, it turned out to be an A draft. I give that.
It averages out to a B plus because you get Hippolyte F.
So let me say, I'm not gonna say B. I know the averages. I'm gonna say A-. Hippolyte brings it down to an A- for me. So let me be real.
Sure.
A- to me because of what Hippolyte did, because of the Hippolyte pick. I'm sorry. It put me in the mind of the Velus Jones pick and the Zach Pickens pick. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Velus Jones. Why?
At the end of the day, how many picks did we have?
We had
8.
Yep, 8.
You got a couple of incompletes and 1 bad pick.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. It turned out to be it's a great draft.
I'm cool with that.
You ended up having a great draft. So all the bitching and moaning and complaining, that's why Ben Johnson and that's why Ryan Poles and them make the big bucks. Do they make mistakes? Of course they're going to make mistakes. Everybody does. There's not a complete science to this, right?
Everybody
is on this. This is a dice 'em up game if I've ever seen one.
You gotta pause on shaking the dice, but that's okay.
I'm not pausing on shaking the dice. I didn't do it like that.
Why'd you make it worse? There's
a way that you do it.
You have to.
There's a way that you do it that makes it like that. It's the old
You don't have you don't have to demonstrate any of that. None of that is necessary.
Whatever. So regrading the Bears 2025 draft officially, Big Lance, A-. Great job, Pose. Great job, and we know whose draft it was. Great job, Ben. You was looking ahead. Everybody else didn't see it, but you saw it, and it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. Good job, fellas. Awesome. Let's do it again this year. Let's do it again. Okay, we'll do it again. All right. So, coming into our next subject here, let's talk coaching staff.
Okay.
Let's throw a couple grades out there for our coaching staff. Why not?
Okay.
And we'll start not necessarily with a coach, But Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles has definitely had his warts. He has made some egregious mistakes.
Yes.
But I always continue to say this, and I know a lot of people wanted him fired, and even at one point he was making me mad, and I'm like, if you fire him, that's fine. Did I really want him gone? No, and I've expressed that to you 1,000 times before. I don't necessarily want him gone, but I can understand if they fired him because for me the roster wasn't that bad. Were there mistakes made? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But last season, before Eberflux got up out of here, nobody's talking about your team the way they're talking about your team if you have a bad roster.
Agreed.
The roster was not bad. It needed,
right.
needed help in the right places.
Right.
Again, you made some mistakes, but not condemning Ryan Poles, but this year, good job.
Yep.
Good job. Ryan Poles, I'll move up to a B- for Ryan Poles. Because this, I mean, you had it, whether we say it's Ben Johnson's draft or not, he's still the GM. This draft has as much to do with you as it does that head coach. Right. So I'll give him a B- because it was a great draft. Yep. What about you?
I'm on the fence of B+ and A-.
Ooh.
But I feel like I gotta go A-.
Okay.
I feel like I gotta go A-.
Okay.
If we're talking about overall,
I
gotta go A-. And I have to go A- for two reasons. I'm gonna bump them up from a B+ to an A-. So what bumps them down is the Pittsburgh trade.
Yep.
And keeping Eberflus. Right? So you gotta get negatives for keeping Eberflus. Right? You get a little bit back because you finally got rid of them, but you kept them. So I gotta knock you down for that.
Yeah.
You redeem yourself because you made the bold move and the right move on moving on from Justin.
Yep.
You're the first GM that I remember that actually landed the most sought after coach in an offseason. You went after him and you got him.
Wasn't Nagy technically like that too?
I don't think I had to look at that year. I don't think Nagy was the most sought after coach that year.
Okay.
I don't think Nagy was the most sought after coach that year. I'd have to look and see who all the coaches were in that. Yeah, I don't remember Nagy. I remember wanting Nagy, but I don't remember him being like the most sought after. Like he was like
he was up there though. I do remember him being up there.
I do agree with that he was up there, and the reason because like as you look at what the contract was that Ben got for a rookie head coach was like you went after the guy and you landed him. That's not something that the Bears do.
Right.
So you get some credit for that. You bring in a franchise quarterback, which we haven't had in forever, right? You get credit for that. So, and this last draft in this first season, like we get the guys in place, we make a playoff run. Like I got to give them an A for that. And a lot of that is off the back of hiring Ben Johnson, because when you hire Ben Johnson and you look at the coaching staff Ben Johnson put together, that still is all under your umbrella. Yeah. So you still get credit for that as the GM. So that's why I move up to an A- versus leaving it at the B+.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. There's one thing or two things. So I'll do the short one first. I don't categorize getting rid of Justin as a bold move, especially after watching, because to me it only became a bold move because the fans wanted it to be a bold move. But they're not in the. But if you follow the fans, you're gonna be sitting at home with us, right? Like,
I'm not disagreeing with you,
mm-hmm.
but that don't mean we ain't had GMs in the past that didn't do it.
That's true. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? So I got to give you credit for that.
Have to.
And that's why I give you credit for that. And that's the only reason I say that, is that if you would have listened to the fans and, like, you know, and I gave you my whole scenario going into that offseason, how I thought the draft was going to go based on, like, what they were thinking about doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely have to give him credit for making the move and doing the thing and moving on from Justin, because that's what you're supposed to do in that moment. Yeah. And I can't guarantee that every other GM we had would have done it. I can't guarantee you Pace would have done it.
Well, we know Pace wouldn't have done it because he already proved he wouldn't have done it. Yeah,
exactly.
Because there was a quarterback that went to back-to-back national championships, and he decided to go with the North Carolina guy. But anyway,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. So, you know, I know what you're saying.
So what's your second point, though? You said you had two.
Yeah, so my second one is, and I just don't agree with anybody that says that he was the one that wanted to bring Eberflus back, because I just don't believe that.
I don't believe it.
It didn't make any sense. Yeah. Right? Like, because and the reason why, and there was so many people, so many people out there that just hate his guts for it. Like, such vitriol. Just you brought back, and I'm like, guys, follow the history of the team that you love. That should show you that it wasn't his decision. Right. That followed a very distinct pattern before he ever stepped foot in this building. The same thing had happened literally 3 times, he was the third one, 3 times in a row. That can't be his decision. Just follow the breadcrumbs, right? Like, at some point in times, we have to follow the pattern. There's a pattern here. We got to follow the pattern. And that's why I just could not kill Ryan Poles over that, because I know it wasn't his decision. I know exactly whose decision it was. I know exactly whose decision it was. And that's why there's a big thumbs up and a shout out. We didn't bring up his name, but that's where Kevin Warren comes in. Kevin Warren comes in after they decided to bring Duke back, after George McCaskey decided to bring him back. Yeah. Like, hey, we just want to keep the cheaper option, or whatever. We want to. We'll ride it out with this guy because we, the Bears, don't like getting rid of coaches. We don't want to keep paying coaches. Right. So if I signed you for a contract that's 4 years, I'm not going to get rid of you after year 1. I want you to stay here at least another year because I don't want to pay you for 3 years. Yes. That's my assumption as to what it was. They just didn't want to keep paying him. Let's bring him on for another year. You see what happens. He gets fired. His old his defensive coordinator all rubbing one out in the office or whatever the hell he was doing. So he gets let go. Like,
got him back there.
Yeah, that happened. That happened under Eberflus. That happened under him. His offensive coordinator is gone. Like, that happened on that. What the hell, man?
I forgot about it.
What the hell? But y'all wanted to bring this back. That followed to me, that's just not on Ryan Poles. It followed a very distinct pattern. Very distinct pattern. So, again, I'm happy that Kevin Warren's here, because Kevin Warren is the guy that we're going to talk about, our next guy right now. Kevin Warren said, you're not going to put him in coach in the middle seat on the plane. You're going to bring him over here on the private jet. You're going to roll out the red carpet. You're going to show him everything you need to show him, and you're going to pay him exactly what he wants to be paid. If 100%. You want this team to be good, you have to do those type things.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Because Ben obviously wanted to be here. You lost the play. You lost, what was it, the NFC Championship game they lost, or was it the divisional round?
Divisional round, I want to say.
It was the divisional round, because if I'm not mistaken, the Commanders ended up playing the Eagles in the NFC Championship, and then the Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. So yeah, yep. You lose that divisional round game on Saturday, and Monday you're on this team. You knew what you wanted. You knew the quarterback that you wanted, and that was Caleb Williams. You know, Caleb. The roster was good, but Caleb is the one that brought him here.
Yep.
So we roll into it. Ben Johnson, rookie head coach. We know he's a genius offensive coordinator. He came in and brought everything we wanted him to bring to this team.
Right.
He wasn't soft on them. He was a maniac when it came to the details, maniacal, some would say.
Yep.
Right? Yo, we're gonna run this play over. We're gonna run it over until y'all get it right. We just not going on to the next play. Y'all pissing me off right now. We about to get to our next period. I'm sick of y'all. Everybody get off the field. Right? Like even he straightened that up too. They were like, he kicked everybody off the field when they were already gonna get to the next period anyway.
Right.
Get off the field, y'all pissing me off. Like that's what you need. You hard on your quarterback. We need a quarterback that's going to take coaching. For all that crap people wanted to talk about Caleb.
Yeah, with Caleb not taking coaching and everything.
He does all of that. So not to keep it long-winded, 11 and we go 11-6, 11-5.
Yep.
I mean, and playoffs, wild card, you beat the Packers twice.
Two out of 3 12, didn't we? I thought we won 12.
No, we only won 11 games because we lost 11. Our last couple games. We lost to the Lions and the
we lost the last one too.
So because it's 17 games in 18 weeks, right? Yeah. So 11-6.
Yep.
And playoffs, man. You make it to the playoffs. You beat your division rival at home in the playoffs. You go to the divisional round and you've got the Rams.
You got the game won.
You got it. Miscommunication happens. We all know the history on that one.
Yep.
But for me, Ben Johnson, A+.
Gotta give him an A+.
A+. Easy A+. Okay. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator.
It's funny because since my boy, he's such a Saints fan, so I watched more Saints football than you did, just because I'm out here supporting my boy too.
Mm-hmm.
Even the games he didn't want to watch because he was like, I can't watch these guys no more because he was so tired of DA, man. But I would still watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And DA never like resembled a head coach to me when I watched him, right?
Okay.
And I didn't know much about his defensive resume at the time either, other than the fact I knew he was a defensive coordinator. I knew he's a defensive guy, and they hired him out there in New Orleans. But I knew very little about him.
Yeah.
So, but I know he had a lot of players that stood behind him, though. Right, a lot of players, especially on the defensive side. Right, it felt like a Lovie Smith type of deal. He was not as good a coach as Lovie though, but it felt like that when he was a player's coach.
Yeah.
So when Ben got hired, and it was like. And like before he got hired, they were saying that he was going to bring in DA. I was like, that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. But I was happy to see that we were going to bring in a guy that was a previous head coach. It's not something that we do regularly.
Yep.
Not something that we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when I'm looking at a guy who's a first-year head coach, that could bring in a guy that's been a head coach for 3 years, as you're learning how to be a first-year head coach, that's invaluable to me, right?
Yep.
So, but then you look at the roster, and it's like our defensive roster is not set up to do anything that DA wants to do. Right?
Yeah.
Our cornerbacks, fine. We got a good secondary, but we're not getting any pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And DA don't like to blitz, and he loves to play man.
Yep.
I don't know if this is gonna work out.
Yeah.
Right. But I had hope. I had hope because oddly enough, I had trust in Ben Johnson and what his vision was. Right. Because we said that about the Johnson hire. So I'll go back to that real quick. We said about the Johnson hire, whether he succeeds or fails, I'm happy that the Bears did what they did to get him.
Yes.
Didn't care about that. Like, I was just happy that he was the guy. We made the moves. We did the things. We went and got the guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works out as well as we think it does. But I can't do anything but put faith in like what his vision is at that point because I wanted him.
Yeah.
So the DA, I wanted him.
Yeah.
I wanted Johnson. So I guess I gotta trust this DA move, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very, very on the fence about it when it happened. So
I think your boy had something to do with that, though. He got into your brain.
But no, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I told him that we was like, because I sent them the report when they were saying that we was gonna hire DA, and he was like, he'll probably be a good defensive coordinator. Like, that's what he got hired to do. Like, that's what he got hired from. His success as a D coordinator. That's what he got hired for, right? And like, it's not like the Saints didn't like him when they hired him. Yeah. It just didn't work out. So he was like, he wasn't negative on the fact that we were bringing him in as a coordinator.
Okay.
I just like when I look at him, he doesn't look like a head coach. Okay. I don't know what it is about him. He just don't.
Okay.
But I didn't dislike him as a coach. So he comes through, does a thing. We see the lack of pass rush early on.
Yeah.
The lack of pressure early on. But we were getting turnovers. So it was a lot of it was being masked. Right. And then you look at like how we were able to do things in the second half, but the first half was just like atrocious on defense so many times. Right. It looked like it was just not going to work after week 2.
Yeah.
So we did play Dallas week 3. Because week 2 was the Detroit game.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So it did not look good after week 2. And it was like, bro, what did we get ourselves into with this defense?
You can't stop the run.
And trounced us. It was so bad.
It was bad.
So to watch it turn around throughout the season, as he got more familiar with the players got more familiar with the system, we were able to bend but not break and all those sorts of things. I have to give DA, oh man, that's tough, man. Because as a coach, I got to give him at least a B plus as a coach. Because I don't think he had the ideal guys for what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But he made it work, right? And so actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back on that. I think I want to give him an A, man.
Really?
I think I want to give him an A. As a coach, defensive coordinator, what he was able to do with our number 1 corner down, with Kyler down. A lot of time in the middle of that season, we were missing both our starting linebackers.
Yeah.
We didn't have the guys that he, like the ideal for the defense that he wants to run. We didn't have those guys. Towards the end of the season, he was able to get a lot of Montez Sweat. Like there's some thing, and then of course we got 94 that wound up coming back, and that just changed. Like as a coach, I gotta. The turnovers.
Yeah.
Getting the most out of Nashawn Wright, even though he has his own limitations in the defensive secondary.
Yeah.
I think I gotta get at an A, man.
Yeah.
I think I got to, just as a coach.
Yeah. All All good points, all good things to think about because he honestly did have to deal with a lot this year. I mean, there were games where he didn't have his top 3 linebackers.
Yeah.
Maybe even top 4 linebackers at some point. Like they were all hurt. They're all down. And you trying to win these games and you already have a bad defensive line. I mean, specifically a defensive interior, right?
Right.
You just cannot stop the run. Like Billings does a good job.
Right.
For the most part, like Billings can play his butt off sometimes, but he's a 2-down player.
Yep.
Right? Like, and it's already hard enough when you've got, Tremaine Edmonds who clearly just lacks instincts.
Yeah.
From, playing
lots of physical
linebacker.
Talents.
Lots of physical talent. But he just lacks instincts.
Lacks the instincts.
Then you move him to outside. He gets moved to outside linebacker, and he actually starts playing better. Like that's a DA thing, right? You again, like you just stated, don't want to repeat. You've got backup corners playing well. For me, it's a B+, and I considered all of that, right? But those last couple of games really
that's where it's hard for me to give him into the A, man.
Yeah,
and you're probably right, and I should probably be in the A- to B+ range still. But go ahead, finish your point towards the end of the season because that's the other part I was on the fence on.
Yeah, it was like just not like I know he's a better coach than that to just be out there running cover 3, cover 1.
The San Francisco game was
the San Francisco like you're just running cover 3 against San Francisco damn near the whole game. Like to do something. Right. And you go we go into the Detroit game, and you're basically doing the same thing. We running cover 1, we're running man, and we're just giving up the inside. And it's like, yo, what are we doing? The defensive breakdowns against Green Bay, right? Could that be players? Yes, but what are we not doing right or what are we doing that's confusing them, right? Like, so you got to take that into account. It's not coaches all the time. It's not players all the time. Like, they're all working together. Something. What are we doing here? We got to do something else.
Yes.
And then you get to, and I get it. Kyler Gordon is a huge part of his defense. When Kyler's playing, and Kyler was clearly not at 100%, but when Kyler's playing, it's like everything changes. Everything changes because now you get into the game, you get into a playoff game, a divisional round against one of the best offenses in the NFC, against the MVP of the league.
Yep.
And they can't do anything because your blitz is tearing them apart. So it's like, and I get Kyler Gordon didn't play against San Francisco, or did he? No, he didn't play against San Francisco. I think he played a little bit against Detroit. Maybe he played a little bit against Detroit. I know he definitely played against Green Bay. Maybe it was just Green Bay and not those last 2 games, but you couldn't do any, like, where was that? There was no aggression. I can understand if you're blitzing, some guys get beat on the blitz. All right, whatever, because you can't get any pressure, so you're just trying to do something. Yeah, right. But you didn't do anything. So that knocked him out of the A for me.
I can't argue with any of that.
Yeah. Oh, moving on.
All of that is valid.
Yeah. So you stick with the.
No, I think I got to go down.
Got to go down.
I think I got to go down. I think I got to go down to B+.
Yeah, it's B+ to me because I agree with you. He just doesn't. He doesn't have the horses up front right now. Once he gets them, but
I think it's real
quick. The only thing I knew about DA, I knew that he liked to play man, and I knew that he liked a heavy defensive line. Yes. He liked heavy guys. Like, he's not. I don't think he would do this. At least I like to think not. But if, let's say, if Von Miller and Cameron Jordan are on the board, he's most likely going to pick Cameron Jordan.
Yes.
He's not going to pick the smaller
guy. Not going after Von.
That's not him.
Correct.
Right? Like, that's the type of dude he's going to go for. So he likes heavy guys. He doesn't want necessarily high sack numbers. He wants high pressure. He wants destruction. That's what he wants. Destroy the dude in front of you, We'll sort it out. We'll sort everything else out later.
Sort it out later.
That's the type of dude he is, which is it's cool. It can work if you got the right
issues with that.
Right. I'm with you. All right, moving on. Richard Hightower, special teams coordinator.
I think our special teams was solid.
Started off rough.
Started off really rough.
Started off real rough.
I gotta give him a B overall.
Yeah.
Just because that it was a rough start.
Was a rough start. Yeah, I'm around the B to B plus range, and the only reason I'm in the B plus range is because you won a game blocking a kick.
Fact.
That's pretty huge, right? You won a whole football game blocking a kick.
Yep.
All right, you got some big returns. You got a big return against Minnesota that basically won you the game too.
Yeah.
You got some game winners in there.
Yep.
Right. You got some game winning field goals that took place. Right. You got some big field goals that took place. So you got to give special teams coordinator for that. So I'm somewhere around B plus range with him.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same. B.
Okay. I like it. We'll touch on a few positional coaches. I would like to start with, since we're just flowing right along, let's go offense. Let's go wide receivers coach, assistant head coach, Antoine Randall L. How we feeling about Twan? Former John Everyman, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't go. He won't make it to the Hall of Fame, but
right.
Antoine Randall L was a dog.
Yeah, he was a dog. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with a B plus there. I'm gonna stick with a B plus there. Because I think that his presence is what encourages the atmosphere and the culture in the wide receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
And them guys, I think because the coach creates the culture and the coach creates that atmosphere, and that wide receiver room is real tight. And I think they do a good job of building off each other and learning from each other. So, and back to the Luther Burden point,
mm-hmm.
right? With the attitude and blah 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 and all the other stuff, right? I think coaching affects a lot of that. When you're talking about the atmosphere and what puts guys in the position where they feel like they need to act out and all of those sorts of things. I think he did a good job with that. So yeah.
I am going to B minus on this one.
I'm good with that.
And I'm a B minus on this one because I do love Antoine Randall L. I think he is a really good coach. I just question.
I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had another point as soon as you said B minus, and I was trying to think, well, why would you go B minus? As much as I want to give him credit for all the other things, I think I also have to hold him somewhat accountable for what I see as a stall of the development of Rome. And I got to give him some credit for that.
Okay.
As being the wide receivers coach. Because I feel like we should be getting more out of Rome. We shouldn't be still like the drop passes, all of those sorts of things. That's a lot of that's on the player. I get that. But he's still a first round talent. Yeah, I got to give him some credit for that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not all his fault. A lot of that is on the player.
Right. Like
so,
I struggle with some things too, right? So I gave him a B minus. So I can't blame him for drops, right?
Exactly.
That's a player.
Right.
You can't blame any coach for drops.
100%.
Catch the damn football. That's your job.
Agree.
I'm not gonna kill him over Rome because Rome did start off he started off on fire and then he got hurt.
Yep.
And then you're not coming back. Oh, check the chat by the way.
I see it. I'm looking.
Okay. And you're not, that hairline fracture is, I'm quite sure Rome had to shoot up just to practice.
Facts.
I'm sure he had to.
Facts.
So that has a lot to do with, but again, that ain't got shit to do with your hands. But that's another thing. That's for another show.
I agree.
The thing that one of the things that gives me the B- is the scramble drill. They weren't good at it.
They were not good at it.
They weren't good at it. Like
DJ was the only one.
Not even him.
Even remotely good at it, and he wasn't good at it. He wasn't good at it. But yeah, you're right.
He wasn't. Like the only player that I saw that was good at it was Devin Duvernay whenever he played. Devin Duvernay was the best. From watching what I watched, Devin Duvernay was the best one. But he didn't play a lot. I just don't. They were bad at that. And I thought that, and again, this just comes with time and play calling and all that other stuff. But you got 2 big interceptions that happened in the season based on players, based on the wide receivers going, hands in the air, I'm about to do this. And the quarterback's like, no, I'm about to do this. Interceptions.
Right.
Right? Like those could have cost us games. Right? Like those are big turnovers. And I'm sure a player like Caleb, who's probably going to be real Aaron-esque one day about that, I can see it in him already. If you make me throw a pick, I'm not throwing you this ball anymore.
Right.
Like I can see that in him. Like he's gonna do that.
I can see that.
Like that, them not being on the same, like what are we doing here? So that's kind of, but again, they still did a decent job.
They did.
So that's why I gave them a B-. I gotta knock them on the head for that.
Okay.
Right. Like that's where my B- comes from.
That's all valid.
Yeah, that's where that comes from.
All right.
So
what else you got?
Our next coach, offensive, Dan Rochar.
Okay.
For me,
I mean, if it's not an A to an A plus, what is it?
What are we talking about?
What is it?
What are we even doing here? Dan Rochar's got to be an A plus for me.
It's got to be.
It's got to be an A plus for me. Now, when you have a season like this with your offensive line, all right, which is it sets the bar high. But what the rarity is that you only had a couple injuries. You didn't have any real injuries other than your left tackle, which opened Pandora's box for you, not in a bad way, which gave you Ozzie. And we talked about Ozzie earlier. From what Ozzie was during training camp and everything we heard about him during training camp, and what I saw when I went to training camp, to what he was before he got hurt, or what he was at the end of the season, that is coaching, ladies and gents. That's coaching. That's not what we had before, where it was no development on the offensive line.
Right.
Dan Rochar is the dude that we want to talk about losing coaches, right? Our offensive coordinator is gone. We don't even need to bring up our offensive coordinator because our offensive coordinator is big, right? We don't even do it. Offensive coordinator is gone. As long as we don't lose Dan, smooth as a baby's butt, I'm good. I'm good. What? You're okay with that? You're okay. All right. So we both agree.
Tell me what I'm okay with. Go ahead.
So we both agree. Dan Rochar. Anything you want to add to that?
No. I'm good.
Agree. Dan Rochar, A plus. Awesome. Again, we don't need to talk about the OC. We just did that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and work from the trenches on back. Defense. Defensive line coach, Jeremy Garrett. I'll let you take that one.
Again, if I'm looking at what we have personnel wise, it was great to get 94 back. It was great to watch us get our money's worth out of 98 towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Right. Mind you, he had a solid season, right? So I mean, I want to get that out. I know I don't want to make it sound like I'm bagging on Sweat at all, because like I said, numbers wise, he was and effectiveness wise, it's not a lot of splash plays, right? But if you look at the numbers and those sorts of things, he was as effective as a Max Crosby, but he's just not as disruptive on the regular basis. Right? Max Crosby is disruptive on all the things, right?
All the things.
Yeah. So, but numbers wise, he competes with those guys. So we get our money's worth out of that situation, right? So I think what's up? Okay. So with that, I will say I'll say a B minus.
B minus?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's one of those things where you have players that just they're not capable of doing what you need them to do.
Exactly.
So how much of that can you honestly put on the coach?
But he coached them as best as he could.
As best you could.
Got what he needed out of them, right? It's the same thing I gave DA credit for.
Yeah.
I'm giving him credit for it also.
Yeah. Like you can't kill him for that. Like you can't kill him for Javon Dexter's been in the league for how many years now? Was this his third year or second year?
Third? I want to say 3.
I want to say 3 too. But I mean, he's the last dude out of his stance, like all the time.
All the time.
He stands straight up and gets pushed right back to the linebackers. And he's super strong. Like he can be a disruptive player, but he just doesn't have the explosion and he doesn't stay low enough. So he constantly gets beat.
Mm-hmm.
Double teams, he gets killed. Like you can't, I'm sure they're not telling him that, hey, we got to fire off the ball. We got to do something to get you firing off the ball. You got to stay low. I'm sure they're not just letting him do that, right? It's just, he's just not capable of doing it, unfortunately. Grady Jarrett, we all know Grady Jarrett's on this team for leadership.
That's it. We did it at a bunch of positions. I didn't talk about that with the GM piece, also in the head coaching piece, but the Grady Jarrett, the Kevin Byards, like a lot of those like defensive like veteran positions were filled strictly for those reasons, and I appreciated that. Joe Tooney on the line, like we put some key veterans in some key spots.
Yeah.
Where obviously you don't put Tooney and Byard in the same place that you do Grady Jarrett, because they were still really strong contributors and high contributors to their positions. But having that veteran leadership in some of those key positions, I think, was a brilliant move.
Right. We didn't touch on that. We kind of missed the mark on that. Like free agency is another reason why Ryan Poles got such a high grade, because free agency this time was.
Yeah.
Again, you had a bad move, because I was going to get to him next, because 55 was a bad signing. He was another bad move. He was not only was he just a bad, it was a horrible contract.
Right.
Like you have to wait until next year, until after next season to get out of his contract.
Yeah.
Right? You got to get out of his contract. But when we go over salary cap, and these contracts, we will get into that. But bad contract for 55. Bad contract. Yeah, that's next week. We'll get into some contracts and we'll break down just how we're breaking down coaches. We will do offense and then we will do defense.
Yeah.
We'll go by players, but yeah, bad contract. So anyway, I guess my grade would be B minus.
Okay.
But more of like an incomplete. Like I don't know. Let's see what Booker does from this. Even though he was hurt, let's see what he does from this year this season under this regime to next year, right?
Right.
If Booker hits another plateau, then you're developing the young guy. That's what gets you the grade. That's what gets you the high grade, right?
I agree.
So, from I can't even give him. I'm going to give him an incomplete on this because I just don't know. All right, so moving on back, we will go linebackers coach Richard Smith. So that goes, how do we feel about our linebackers?
Pretty good, honestly.
What? You think so?
If I'm looking at what we were able to do despite the injuries, again, I'm talking about the coaches, not the players.
Gotcha.
There was a couple of how many games were we down to linebacker 4 and 5?
Yeah.
How many games? Like
at least 2.
Yeah, like, and guys that are ready to play, right? Like they're not. They're ready to not be the reason that we lose the game.
Yeah.
Right. So for that sense, I say pretty good from the coach's standpoint.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to, you could say the same thing that you could about the D-line coach. If you want to give him a C or give him an incomplete, I'm fine with that too. But I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah. For him, I know I say what, but for him, I'm going to give him a grade. I agree with you. I think he did a fairly good job of what he had. Like it's not his fault that Tremaine Edmonds doesn't have instinct. It's not his fault.
Nope.
But again, he moved him to outside linebacker, and Tremaine started getting turnovers. He was playing better, with a not so good front in front of him.
Yeah,
he was playing better.
Yeah,
and then he got hurt, and he reverted right back to a bag of dicks. I'm sorry. That's what he went. I'm sorry. That's what he went back to. I don't know what it was. Okay. I don't know why. Was it because he was hurt? Whatever. TJ, when he first came back, you could tell we missed him a lot.
A fact.
You could tell we missed him a lot. And then that kind of tailored off. What was going on with TJ? Is it because you were hurt? Were you still hurt? Like, I don't know. That's kind of the thing that gives me pause, right? Like, why was TJ all of a sudden not playing? But then you look at DeMarco Jackson, and he's the reason why. Now, I mean, it's not only because of the way Tremaine plays, but I'm cutting Tremaine. Again, we'll get into that.
But we talk about, again, the coaches developing the young guys.
Yeah.
So I think he gets a favorable mention for that.
Yeah, DeMarco, what a job, man! Like he could legitimately be a starter for us next year. We could start the season off with him and TJ at our linebackers, and I'd be fine. Even though DeMarco is honestly more of an inside linebacker than he is outside. Like, do they want to get out of TJ's contract? We just don't know, right? Can you get out of TJ's contract? Although TJ doesn't make that much.
He doesn't make as much.
So you got to steal with him anyway. But yeah, I think I'm going to give him a grade. And he should be, because of what some of those guys did and what he had to deal with, he's definitely a B for me.
Okay.
I'll keep him around a B.
All right.
I'll do that. Last but not least, defensive backs coach, passing game coordinator.
Gotta give him an A.
One Al Harris. That's an A+.
Yeah.
That's an A+ for me. Nobody dealt with more injuries than he did to a group. Nobody.
Yeah.
He dealt with more injuries to his group, and for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Right. You took Al Harris takes players and turns them into turnover machines everywhere he's been.
Everywhere he's been,
somebody leads the league in interception.
Somebody's leading the league in interception with Al Harris.
Wow. Yeah. That's we talked about this earlier. We were on the phone earlier. You said something incredible to me, right? And it could happen. if the defense doesn't play so well next year, or if the defense plays great next year, and let's say DA gets another head coaching opportunity, there's absolutely no way that I'm letting Al Harris out of my building. He's going to be my DC.
Yes.
You want to be a defensive coordinator, you can be a defensive coordinator right here. You took a practice squad player. He was a practice squad player on Minnesota. Mind you, you lost 3 corners.
Yep.
Injuries, was it 3? So you had Zay Frazier, who never played, who was a pick. You had Terrell Smith, who never played because he blew his ACL in training camp. All right, yeah. So Al Harris, A+, man. Wonderful coach. Hope we can keep him here. Maybe if your scenario, pans out and DA does get another head coaching job, he could be our DC. But I definitely don't want him to leave and definitely don't want him to go to Green Bay. I'm glad Green Bay didn't hire him.
Yeah.
Don't know why they did.
I'm sure that's where he'd want to be.
I'm sure too. I mean, he terrorizes as a player and great for us as a coach.
All right.
So all in all, overall grade for the coaching staff for me, Ben Johnson did a heck of a job. That was an all-star cast, and he's not here anymore, but we didn't get to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we skipped over EB, but that's all right. Like
we did.
He gets an A.
He's an A. He's an A. What he did with Kyle, what he did with DeAndre.
Yeah. He set the tone for really the entire offense.
He really did.
So yeah, I know we didn't get to him, but
yeah,
because he's not here. But I was gonna let that go.
Yep, absolutely. So coaching staff, Ben Johnson, excellent job. That's an A for me.
Yep, I agree. Yep. I agree. It's to the same point, and like I said, I know we didn't talk about him, but after they hired DA, and I was like, okay, he's getting a guy with some head coaching experience, blah blah blah. That would be good for him as a first-year head coach. I'm still on the fence because I don't know a lot about him. But then the next hire I heard was that he signed EB, and I was like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Right. And then because right after that was Al Harris, and I was like, yeah, we're like, what are we talking about at this point?
Yep.
Right?
For me, it was DA and who was going to be your offensive line coach. I didn't know a ton about Dan Rochard.
I didn't know enough about Dan Rochard for that to move the needle for me.
Right.
What moved the needle for me was the EB hire and the Al Harris hire.
Yeah, definitely was the Al Harris thing for me. EB was a good one. So just a wonderful job. So I have full faith in him that he's going to replace our running backs coach, which he already has.
Oh, yeah, because he hired the
Yep. So we do have a new running backs coach. We're still waiting on an offensive coordinator. And, really jury's still out on this coaching thing. They're still filling spots. So we can still lose a coach here or there.
Yeah.
It can still happen. So
I'm somewhat surprised that they didn't I guess it makes sense that he didn't move Randall L up to be OC.
Yeah.
But he is the assistant head coach at this point anyway.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff there. We will go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Let's do it.
A really good show. So we will wrap this thing up with. We're not gonna go over the rest of the league and all these little coaching hires.
Yeah, we do that later.
Super Bowl.
Yep.
Next time we meet, the Super Bowl will have been played, and the winner, new champion, will have been crowned, the new king of the NFL. So we've got the Seahawks versus the Patriots. As we all know by now, your boy for the Pats won Coach of the Year. Good job, Mike Vrabel. I did say that I thought that they had the best draft and one of the best seasons of any team last year.
Well deserved.
And it happened. It's well deserved. And look, anytime you make it to Super Bowls and championship, things like that, like you have to have luck in your corner, right? Like, I talked about this with my boy Foster. Luck is a part of everything. People like saying, you got to do luck is a part of everything, right? The fact that they had to play against the Texans, but CJ Stroud decided to play for the Patriots, right? Like that's what happens. The fact that you play the Broncos at home and they lose their starting quarterback the game before.
Yep.
Like that stuff has to happen. So congratulations to them. They deserve to make it to the Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback. It's not like it's the first time we've ever seen it.
Yep.
Who you got? Seahawks, Patriots.
Seahawks.
Yeah. I'm no upset for me in this one. I'm taking Seahawks all day. I do not see, even though the Patriots have a really good defense, they do have a shutdown corner, and I can't wait to see him and JSN go at.
Facts.
I cannot wait for this.
Facts.
So I am picking the Seahawks too, but there's one kind of weird thing about this Super Bowl. Why is everybody so down on it? Everybody acts like this Super Bowl is going to be boring. They're like they don't want to watch it. Like what's?
I haven't seen that. I haven't watched.
You haven't seen that, really?
No, I haven't seen that. That's news to me.
Yeah, I've seen some people that are just like, yeah, I don't know about this Super Bowl this year. Like, why not? It's a pretty good Super Bowl. You got two good defenses that are about to go at it.
Smells like Sam Darnold.
You think it's because of Sam Darnold?
It could be.
It could be.
It could be Sam Darnold. Like I did see somebody trying to compare this like the Seahawks team to and compare Sam Darnold to like Trent Dilfer and Rich Gannon. And I'm like, come on, that's a little disrespectful. Like Sam Darnold had one that I can remember awful game where he threw like 4 picks. But we're acting like he did that 4 times this season and they still managed to win games. Like that's not the case.
Right.
He had one awful game and he had a couple of like not great games, but the vast majority of the season he played really good football. Why are we acting like that didn't happen? Right. And then you go into the game against the Rams and they were like, oh, the Rams defense and what they're going to do to him. He came out there and played another solid football game.
He did.
Like, let's lay off of Sam Darnold. I get it. It's hard to forget that he once played for the Jets. I think that's where it starts, right? Is that people can't get that version of Sam Darnold, even though he had a good season, but you still gotta he hasn't earned like the respect to put that behind him. It took Baker Mayfield a couple of years to do it. Yeah. Right.
In the second half of this year, he fell off hard.
Yeah, I think he was still playing with that. I don't think he was ready to play. I think that shoulder injury.
I think so too.
I think he played through it. And it just wasn't good. I think it just wasn't good going forward. But Sam Darnold, he'll earn it, hopefully, in this one. I'd like to see him get a ring. I was a Sam Darnold fan when he came out of college. Huh?
I wasn't.
I know you weren't. But why weren't you?
Because he was a USC quarterback.
There you go. Just bias for no reason. I was a Sam Darnold fan when he came out of college. I would like to see him get one. If anything, you can. I mean, as an Ohio State guy, just cheer for JSN and like whatever you got to do to get past it.
I don't dislike Sam Darnold.
I know. And there's a lot of guys on that team that I'm fans of too. So I would like to see them get theirs. I like the coach. Like I'm ready for it. I'm ready for them to go ahead and get this W. I think they deserve it. Yeah,
I'm not that shallow, right? Like I am accepting of some change. I'm accepting of some change.
I know, right? Like, but I'm not gonna not give you a hard time about it either.
Yeah, no, you should, because I'm still skeptical of Sam Darnold, right? He's only this is his second year of being a good quarterback. Right, like this is only his second year.
It's gonna take 3. Right, he's got to basically start over.
Right.
You get 3 years.
You're playing in the Super Bowl, bro. Like good defense or bad defense. You're playing in the Super Bowl, and you probably are gonna be in. I mean, because if our picks are right, you're probably gonna be a Super Bowl winner.
Yeah,
and you're not gonna be. This isn't a Jake Delhomme situation. It's not. It's not a Jake Delhomme situation. It's not a Brad Johnson situation. Like he has more to do with it than they did. Right? They needed him. they needed him. Like Tampa Bay didn't really need old Brad there. Or was that Trent? No, that was Brad, right?
No, Trent was the Baltimore.
Trent was Baltimore, right.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer made the run with Baltimore.
So they didn't like really
in 05, I think it was. I think that's when Trent Dilfer made his run.
Right. So it's not one of those situations. And so like there's some changes I'm accepting of. Like I accept that change. Like I had to accept that change with Baker. But I hated Baker when he was coming. I did not like Baker at all.
It was hard to separate him from Johnny Manziel for a lot of people too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I unfairly used that too, but it was like, and I get that attitude, but it's like you doing too. For him, it just felt weird.
Yeah,
I felt like he was doing too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
But that really is just his personality.
It is. It's just a personality, and like if he's your quarterback, you like that. You like him to be petty and stuff like that. Yeah. Like he was just taking it too far. Like how many people do you think hate you? Like it was just weird. It was just weird to me with him.
I agree.
But again, now there was one I wasn't accepting. I knew the Scooby-Doo mask was coming off of this mode. I knew at some point Geno was gonna come from up.
We're not talking about the rest of the league right now.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the rest of the league.
I know we're not. But I'm just saying. I'm just talking about accepting of change.
You ain't got to sell that one to me. I thought Geno was overhyped even when he was in Seattle, and he had his good years. I was like, come on, man.
And sooner or later.
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
His good years weren't good years to me. They were like, he was better than trash.
Yes, I agree.
So he finally had some average seasons, and they was like, Geno's back. Come on, bro. Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Man.
So we'll go ahead.
Geno's a poor man's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It was a good one. This was a really good show. Yeah, we really appreciate y'all taking a listen to us from the Chop It Up crew. Thank y'all. We'll be back next week. You'll see us. We're going to talk a little more, maybe some contracts. We're going to break down offense, defense, team needs. It's going to be a really exciting show. We've got a long off season, ladies and gents. We've got free agency draft stuff. We're going to do some mock drafts. So tune in. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll get the rest of the Chop It Up crew on at some point. But really appreciate y'all listening to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And always bear down.
Bear down.